3, 2, 1, show love!
How soon to the last breath before death and off to a tomb? Was there ever any room for happily ever after? Mother raised the moon in her womb, born like the sun to the day in the morning, and 144 warnings ring through 9 spheres as the cosmos clears the chaos, ethereal to terrestrial, by the greatest worth of all this earth, enough to take roads rigid and rough by 7 times 7 steps to clear, to climb through to heaven, atonement at the one moment that you actually are ever alive. Gotta dive down, free Pandora, boxed in paradoxes with the models and metaphors sailing along the rhyme through time, space, vibrating vocal cords to words understood in context to this culture, picked by this poetic vulture, said through one face of 7 billion faces on a globe spinning with trillions of sentient beings in the golden lock zone of the sun. These modern-day automatons on the run for material, we could question what is real. These feelings expressed, dressed in articulation with elation, my recapitulation of imagination came here for all of you as you're here for me. It's universal symmetry, illusion and polarity, all lies in harmony if you allow change to be or not to be. The tragedy of humanity, mechanically accepted for centuries, eyes think. Therefore, I'm never actually what those eyes thought. The free inner child, free and wild, moved from that spot, pulled by the Leviathan, dying for attention from the towering great graces of angelic referees on the laterals, vaguely spotted in my peripherals, energetically, not literally, to the laughing mechanical menaces of melancholy, deranged to arrange building from lunar architects, reflects our karma, sinking down when floating became too heavy. The levee breaks by the force of the earthquake, shaken to the core, agnostic ties line the door for gnosis, to level out homeostasis, and rise from the ancient lake to the rivers flowing to the sea of life, infinitely flowing through a recurring regress, chiseled the philosopher's stone by consistency through the psychological gymnasium of existence. Each to their own, but we're not alone. That thought lies on subconscious shores, psychological wars revolutionized to make conscious, constantly cross checkered floors going neutral. The soul sleeps with the essence bottled up with the ego, won't let go, whose paradise lost by a material cost of desire. Descending fire through the river of Styx, calling the tricks of 666 as the soul makes for breaks through silver pillars, living for building pathless roads of freedom. This home of a body exists in a state of relativity, electrified by energy, squaring the circle at the speed of light. Under the veil of this soul's endless night, aspiring atoms for Eve, by antidromia brings androgyny to begin to end continuously. Remember death by one breath. And for what's left, for the rest of humanity, think of the word free. 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 Capture, capture, capture. This psychological photograph left the path I felt to the bottom, been feeding on scraps, internally bleeding by the traps of the beast, poised between angelic displays, molding in clay with latent DNA. I see ahead of me 46 and 2 waiting to break through, but what to do with the lapse of reason on the change of the seasons, squeezing me in a strange sea of insanity, and whatever happened to humanity? Why do we suffer so endlessly, and whatever happened to humanity, seemingly dreaming of what it is like to be free? I only wish that could be, drowned in the powdered water until the birth of a fish comes to swim across the earth, the traveler of time and space, nearly lost among the almost hopeless case of 7 billion faces. Third eyes blind. It's hard to find the truth, bottled up in the battle of opposites, compasses held by tourniquets, with insecurity satisfied, left the right side to collide with darkness and process the mess of patriarchal dominance that brings mechanical remnants and rampant over nature, with negligence to nurture what they take. Be gone at the earthquakes. I'm on until the dawn and have will to climb the hill with the Tao and its power right now. Present at the thought, brought with a riot of perfumes that consumes these senses, and the sunspot bursts in fusion to the Leviathan, pouring the cup full of adrenaline, and I'm finding out where the heart has been misfiring from the source, left the course, no remorse of the cause it affected, reflected the vein chains, pull me through the rain, with pheromones smelled, and impressions held, and empathy felt for all the cards dealt, gonna break it, the earthquake, and then the tremors measure, cosmic structure, rupture and chaos, lost in rapture, capture, 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 this psychological photograph, coming back to the path, the math done, coming back to the sun, no longer will I run, because I'm stronger than when this had begun, and now it would take the volcanoes to wrestle the angels out of this smile. Demonic denial on trial for the error of terror caused as Moloch applies to the hoax to brag and boast to all the hungry ghosts, only deluded stars, polluted by mental mystics and twisted metal cars, wilted petals settles to kill the 1,000-petal lotus just for others to notice their position. Then they have to dig deep in their system for attrition towards others. Gotta twist them in spiraling patterns in Saturn and find Diogenes' lantern to illuminate the mind and find what brings you down. Break it and come unbound and plant the seed in the ground and proceed with the need for the death of the ego. And with the breath, let go. And spiral out towards the birth of creation. Hold atomic aspiration and have a will to imagination. Then capture, capture, capture this psychological photograph, coming back to the path. Watch the rise and the fall, for this too shall pass.